Ahoy Rum Explorers and shark lovers, welcome to your very first pre-Shark Week show. I'm Nia, your host from My Rum Diaries, and today I'm so excited. I'm gonna have Vanessa Bonebreak. Not only is she a daily ocean swimmer, she's also a very talented designer, which today we're launching our very first design collab. It's a shark drinking rum. How fitting, right? Welcome, Vanessa. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. Hi.
Hi. So please tell us your incredible story of swimming Alcatraz.
So this is a race that was inspired by the prisoners of Alcatraz that never really succeeded in. The first people doing it were actually two men in 1962 who actually finished the race. So basically, what you do, you get into a ferry. The water is between 50 to 60 degrees
Wow.
Celsius. You can do that race with or without a wetsuit. I actually did it with a wetsuit since it was my first cold water race. The temperature outside is about in 50, 55-ish.
That's pretty cold.
Yeah, it is pretty chilly and pretty foggy. And the challenge, it's not a long race. It's about a mile and a half. It can be up to 2 miles. The challenge is that it's rough water swim, and the current doesn't go north and south like it does where we live in Florida. It goes east and west, so you cannot swim straight because then the current will take you away.
Oh, wow.
So when you're swimming that race, you got to curve yourself when you swim into the city. So when I did it, it was the best experience ever. It was one of my favorite races. You take a ferry. They take two ferries. It's about like 800 people doing it at the same time. We all jump in the water one by one, and then you gotta wait for about 10 minutes before the beginning of the start because you gotta get everyone in the water, and then the race start, and it's right to the finish, and it's so cool that you go fast. Really, it's a big a quick start and a quick finish because you really want to get out of there because it gets so cold. Like the 10 minutes that you waited for everyone to get in the water, you can feel like your bones shaking. But
Right. Yeah. Oh, wow.
it was kind of funny because we didn't see anything, obviously, and when we stood with a lot of people, usually you're kind of safer. Everyone was really worried about sharks
Sharks.
attacks and all that. And it did catch a great white a week before we swam our race, and it was very interesting because it's very rare for great whites to be around that area. They usually do not hang out as much in like close to Alcatraz.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. So when I was researching a little bit more for this podcast, I read that it's since then, which was in 2019, there hasn't been another great shark that big, and the only reason that they found him is because he got hooked on a fisherman's hook, and then they released him because it's illegal to fish great whites over there.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Well, speaking of great sharks, great white sharks, sorry, do you want to talk to us a little bit about facts of great white sharks?
Yeah, so in the bay, there's about 12 different sharks species that you can see. The great white shark is one of them, and then they have so many of them that just swim at the bottom of the ocean. But great white shark, a lot of people think that um, they are born to they are born to hunt and they want to come for the humans because of all the movies we watch.
Of course.
That's really the case. They are hunter, but they usually go for seals. They don't go for humans. Um, they also the sharks um, get hunted by orcas as well. So they got to stay away from them. They actually can smell blood 5 miles away. I don't know if you knew this.
No, I didn't. That's awesome.
Bleeding, you should definitely not go into the ocean.
Okay.
They can sense electrical fields in the water, and that's how they figure out where they want to go and where they're going is through that. They are warm-blooded, which a lot of people think they're cold-blooded. Warm-blooded, they can't really the way that they work with like their body temperature. They actually have to go to a cold setting to do it. They can't really like balance it themselves, which is kind of strange because we can do it ourselves. You know, we get hot, we get cold, and it's easy for them. They're cold-blooded, and it's hard for them to get warm-blooded.
Oh wow.
Their blood is toxic, and that's basically kind of human fault in a way. Their blood are high in all the oh, I can't say that.
That's a rough word, I know.
All the toxic waste that is in the ocean is kind of filtered through their blood lately, and so their blood is really highly toxic. They can leap out of the air for about 10 feet, and they're really, really fast swimmers. They're like the most amazing species because a lot of people fear them, but they have so many good qualities.
They do.
Their eyes glow in the dark, which I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
So at night you can actually, if you see them at night, you can actually see them from afar because it's like they glow in the dark, which is pretty amazing. They're older than dinosaurs. They've been around for over 4 million years.
That I did know.
Yeah, they have up to 300 serrated triangular teeth, and it's about like 5 rows of them. And they, throughout their lifetime, they can lose up to 200,000 of them all at once in a lifetime, which is a lot of teeth to lose throughout the years.
It sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah, you can find them anywhere. They're in all the major oceans. They're not specifically just in the Pacific Ocean. They're in Antarctica. There's a couple in the Atlantic Ocean as well. But they're basically all around. The adult sharks, though, they're not very social. They're more they're kind of loners. They don't like hanging out with a lot of sharks. Like you see a lot of killer whales, they all hang out together. Sharks are not.
Yeah, they're
really
in
that.
pods.
Yeah, they're more loners. They actually will attack another shark if they see them, because just kind of they want their own space and mark their space.
So they're shy and introverted then.
Exactly. They live a long time. They live between 23 to 70 years, which is a long time
For an animal, yeah.
But it's in the ones that they have in the bay though. It's very rare to find them because, as I said before, the bay is kind of shallow. In some areas, it only goes from 10 to 12 feet, and it's known that they don't really enjoy going there because they're kind of enclosed. They're more in the open water, Pacific side, yeah, rather than the bay. So it's very, very rare to find a great white just hanging out there.
And I imagine it's also because the water, depending on the depth, is warmer and they tend to like colder water, right?
Yeah, they like the cold water better for sure. The ones that you can find close more in the bay, there's like 12 of different ones. But most of them that you can find at the bottom, I think they were called, I can't remember. They were like lion sharks, I believe they were. Ocean. And they're just bottom feeders. But the majority of those sharks are in the bay are bottom feeders, and you can only really see them if the fishermen pull them out.
Okay.
They're gonna be like, hey, but a lot of people wonder if they go surf because you hear the surfers getting sometimes in trouble from sharks and getting bit and all that, and it's very rare that will happen if you swim with a group of people. And I mean, I see sharks all the time, and I'm not that careful when I see them.
Yeah, they're more scared of us. I dive and all my experiences with sharks have been incredible, and they get easily scared when you're in the water. But talking about swimming, what was your preparation and training for Alcatraz?
So I trained every day, about 2 miles every day. I had never swum in a cold ocean before, so that's why I decided to do the wetsuit. So I would go every weekend and swim with my wetsuit on in the ocean. It was really hot.
You had to
It's
get
just
used to it, right?
because you have to learn where it hurts and where you get like rashes from and everything, and get it on comfortably. And then everyone was like, "You should do the ice bath," and I never did it. And I was kind of nervous when I got to San Francisco, and I got there a day before, and I actually went and swam without a wetsuit in the bay. And yes, it was freezing. Like, everything burns. Like every part of your body really hurts. But once you start moving, it feels so refreshing. Um, and I felt more confident about the race just because I was like, yes, it's cold, but it's not gonna stop me. It's just,
Yeah,
it's
plus I
hard.
imagine you're swimming so fast that your body's creating heat naturally, right?
It completely is. Everyone's like, oh, you probably should try. A lot of people actually pee before racing into their wetsuit to keep warm. I was like, I'm not doing that. That's not me at all.
Well, you
So
know what the story is, right? There's people that pee in their wetsuits and people that lie about not peeing in their wetsuits.
I know,
Basically,
right?
everybody pees in their wetsuits.
It's true though, but no, I didn't. I was like, oh, it's the smell. That's all I could think about when people told me. And then but it's true. I started swimming and I did not pee. I started sweating right away, and it felt good till the end. And when I was done, I was really hot, like after you go for a run or something. And as soon as I finished and I walked through the finish line and all that, I waited for about 5 minutes, and then my body temperature dropped because it was cold outside.
Right.
And I was like, I'm shivering, but it's such a difference from training here, because here everything's hot. All my races, the water's in the 90s and the temperature's in the 90s, so you're hot all the time. So you don't have that temperature drop at all. I actually really love swimming in cold water because I find it way more refreshing.
Yeah, it
And
sounds like it.
yeah, I would like to do this race again without a wetsuit actually. Yeah, see if
That,
it is.
that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, I'll have to share this rum with you, but I was able to find a rum with a great white shark in it. I don't know if everybody could see this, but there's a very cool design of a great white shark in the background, which is also one of my favorite sharks. But the great thing about this distillery is they just opened up in June, so I'm probably one of the few people that has my hands on this bottle. A huge shout out to my friend Marianne and Bruna that were able to get me this bottle. So just a little bit of history of this rum. This is Caribbean and New England style white rums, and they're blended. They don't talk about the age, like how long they age it, but it's made with grade A molasses, brown sugar, and their proprietary rum yeast. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this. You guys heard that nice pop? I know. We always talk about, as far as the rum community, we talk about how incredible it is when you see unique bottles that you can put on your shelf, and I think this is gonna be such a highlight of anybody's shelf if you can get your hands on this. It was a gift, so I don't know how much it cost, but we are gonna put the links down below for where you can get this bottle, as well as our design for today. So make sure you get your merch with the rum drinking shark. So let's try this. It does smell like molasses, a little bit of sugar. I have to be honest, it kind of smells a little bit grassy. I know that as far as how this is distilled, they do distill this in a pot and column still, so I think the funkiness I might be getting might be from the pot still. But as far as the rum type, this is a white rum. And then as far as the Gargano type, this is a single blended rum because it is distilled in a pot and column still. Now as far as the heat level to this, I'm gonna take a little sip. Cheers, everybody. Wow, that's very smooth. You get a little bit of a burn, not too much, but this is 86 proof, so not bad.
Where can you get that rum?
So as of right now, you can get it in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, but I'm sure it'll be making its way down to Florida. Like I said, they just opened this distillery up in June, so hopefully we can get our hands on these bottles down here. Are you a fan of rum, Vanessa?
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, I don't know if I've ever had it straight like you, but I do like them in cocktails. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and they say on the website that it makes a great daiquiri. Basically, it's basic lime juice, a little bit of simple syrup, and you mix it with like a little bit of ice, shake it up, and then just serve it over ice.
Oh, nice.
But this is delicious. It does give a little bit of a hug, but not bad. I love the fact that they call it a rum that any 19th century Cape Cod sailor would recognize, while at the same time bringing 21st century quality and character to it.
That's awesome.
So, talking about sharks today, I definitely want to bring up the fact that we're trying to bring a very important fact to especially sharks here in Florida. They do bring approximately $1.1 billion. So make sure you look at the link down below. We do have a change.org petition that we're trying to get to 200,000 signatures. So if you do love sharks as much as we do, we really would appreciate if you could sign that. And make sure you tune in. We also have a live tomorrow with the guys from Just Drinking, Roger and Robert. They'll be our guests tomorrow. But Vanessa, thank you so much for being here. So sorry we were late. Tech issues. It's 6 p.m. Ecuadorian time is what I'm going to call it for today. But I really look forward to not only the next rum, but our live tomorrow.
And the sticker you guys put up.
And
Talk about the sticker.
talking about our collab, make sure you look at Vanessa's website below so you can get all your merch. It's originally a sticker, but you can also have t-shirts made, correct, Vanessa?
It's a shark with a little bottle sticker.
That's awesome. So make sure you go ahead and get your merch. I'm gonna probably get a t-shirt and a hat because I think it's really cute. So Shark Week is tonight, very first night. What are you excited about, Vanessa, on the schedule for tonight? I'm excited for Jackass. Jackass is gonna be once again in Shark Week this year, as well as huge fan of The Rock. I want to see how he plays as host this year for Shark Week, what he brings to the table. I want to see what he's cooking. Yeah, his ads were pretty hilarious, so we'll see if they get him in a cage or something would be really fun.
That would be so exciting. I almost did that, and the day that I was gonna go, the weather wasn't good, so we couldn't do it. And I was like, God, I would love to do that.
Yeah, me too. So thank you so much if you're tuning in. I so appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for being here. If you can scoop up this bottle, this is definitely a collectible bottle. As you can see, it has a gorgeous great white shark. Make sure you check out our merch and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the Shark Week content this week anyway. Sending everybody lots of love. Go ahead and let's go save some effing sharks. Bye everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for being here, Vanessa.